Looking for adventure in a tropical paradise? How about encountering one-of-a-kind wildlife and natural wonders? Or cruising down jungle rivers straight out of a daydream? Well, we've got it all for you in Bohol, Philippines. From the iconic chocolate hills to beautiful beaches to the world's smallest primates, this island is packed with treasures waiting to be explored. Welcome back to Travelog Trails. Today, I will be talking about the top attractions and highlights of Bohol, a picturesque island in the Philippines known for its mystical landscapes, adorable wildlife encounters, and pristine beaches. The first stop on our Bohol tour is the #1 attraction here, the Chocolate Hills. There are at least 1,260 conical hills that turn brown during dry season. They're scattered throughout the middle of Bohol and contain limestone and grass that dries up and changes color. From above, these hills look like endless mounds of chocolate kisses, or as some say, Hershey's chocolate drops. The Chocolate Hills are designated as a National Geological Monument and proposed UNESCO World Heritage Site. No one is quite sure how these mystical hills were formed. The hills are covered in grass, which turns brown during the dry season from January to early May. One legend claims they were formed from the tears of a giant who fell in love with a mortal woman. Another tale says a giant buffalo defecated on the ground and the dung turned into mounds. The most scientific theory is that the mounds are made of marine limestone on top of an impenetrable layer of clay. The best way to experience the grandeur of the Chocolate Hills is to view them from the Chocolate Hills Complex viewpoint in Carmen. You can climb the 214 steps to the top of a hill to look out over the rolling landscape. It's breathtaking to see 1,268 uniform hills stretch across the horizon in shades of brown, gold, and green. For a bird's-eye perspective, you can also book a microlight flight over the hills where you'll get a spectacular aerial view. Soaring over the hills in a tiny plane is an exhilarating way to admire their unique shape and endless span. If you have more time, you can hike through the Chocolate Hills Adventure Park, which has 500 hectares of trails weaving past the mounds. The hike gives you an up-close look at the grass-covered hills, along with lush forests and hanging bridges. For the best views, hike up to the Sungbong View Deck. Cross-seeing the iconic Chocolate Hills off your bucket list by admiring them from above or wandering through them on foot. Their mysterious shapes and vast numbers make the hills an unforgettable natural wonder. From the Chocolate Hills, we head inland to the island's rainforests to seek out the world's smallest primate, the Philippine tarsier. This unique animal only exists in the wild on a few islands in the Philippines, and Bohol is home to the largest population. They are an endangered species due to threats like habitat loss. The Philippine tarsier is one of the smallest mammals on Earth, weighing just over 100 grams. They have enormous eyes, long tails, and can leap several meters between branches using their powerful legs. They cling onto tree trunks with specially adapted fingers and toes. Tarsiers are nocturnal and only eat live prey like insects, snakes, and birds. In Bohol, you can see tarsiers in their natural habitat at the Simply Butterflies Conservation Center and Philippine Tarsier Foundation. Here you can walk through the dense forest on marked trails as guides point out camouflaged tarsiers clinging to branches. It's an incredible opportunity to observe these captivating creatures up close. You're also welcome to take photographs, but make sure not to use flash and keep your voice down to avoid disturbing the sensitive tarsiers. Simply seeing their tennis ball-sized eyes peering back at you is an experience you'll never forget. The enormous eyes help the tarsier hunt at night and see predators. Visiting the Tarsier Sanctuary not only lets you have a close encounter with wild tarsiers, but the entrance fees help protect their habitat. Your visit raises awareness about preserving Bohol's precious rainforests. After some time on land, we'll take you to the water to experience the beauty of Bohol from the vantage point of the Lobak River. The Lobak River is the most famous river in Bohol for its lush scenery, floating restaurants, and fun river tours. It winds 24 km through the interior of Bohol, passing important landmarks. We'll board a paddle boat and drift slowly down the emerald waters, admiring the natural scenery unfurling around us. Lush, towering nipa palms line the riverbanks, along with thickets of bamboo. In the distance, you can see the rolling mountains blanketed in vibrant green jungle. The sights floating by include small villages with traditional stilt houses made of bamboo and thatch roofs. Locals paddle by in dugout canoes, transporting everything from crops to livestock. You'll get a glimpse into rural Filipino life that feels timeless and bucolic. Midway through the cruise, the boat pulls up to a floating restaurant. Here you can enjoy a generous Filipino buffet lunch of classics like adobo chicken, sinigang soup, and halo halo for dessert. Filipino singers provide entertainment as you dine with an incredible jungle backdrop. After eating, you can kick back and just soak in the scenery and slow rhythms of life along the river. It's amazing how lush and unspoiled the riverbank remains despite the many tours that paddle through. There are several inviting spots you can ask the boatman to let you hop off and take a refreshing dip. No trip to a tropical island. Paradise like Bohol would be complete without plenty of time to relax on unspoiled beaches. Just off the coast of Bohol lies Panglao Island, known for its world-class beaches with powdery white sand, swaying palms, and crystalline blue waters. We'll bring you to Alona Beach, the most popular beach on Panglao. Alona Beach is a 1.5-kilometer stretch of pristine paradise, ringing a calm turquoise bay. Spend the day lounging on the soft sand under the shade of umbrellas or thatched huts. When you get too hot, take a dip in the gentle waves and admire the coral reefs teeming with tropical fish just below the surface. Walk down the beach to find beachfront restaurants serving the catch of the day, maybe grilled tuna or seared snapper, or grab a coconut and straw and sip on the refreshing juice inside while gazing out at the glittering sea. In the afternoon, you can rent stand-up paddleboards and kayaks and paddle out into the bay for picture-perfect views back to shore. For the ultimate relaxation, book a beachfront massage right on the sand while listening to the soothing roll of waves. Finish off the day watching the sunset turn the sky brilliant hues of orange and pink. Then stroll down the beach ablaze with the flickering light of paper lanterns, torches, and bonfires. End your day on Panglao with a well-deserved dinner of fresh grilled seafood and mango cocktails. Beyond the major attractions, there are countless other gems scattered across Bohol waiting to be discovered by travelers. Here are a few of our favorites that you should add to your Bohol itinerary. The Baclian Church is the oldest stone church in the Philippines, built by the Jesuits in 1596. This historic church has been beautifully preserved and contains a small museum with centuries-old relics. For an off-the-beaten-path adventure, head inland to the Chocolate Hills Adventure Park. This protected natural preserve has 500 hectares of jungle, unique rock formations, and hanging bridges suspended over rivers and valleys. Get your adrenaline pumping on one of the zip lines whizzing over the forest canopy. Get a taste of old-world Spanish colonial charm in Bohol's main city of Tagbilaran. Wander down the cobblestone streets to admire preserved Spanish architecture mixed with modern city scenes of schools and busy markets. Indulge in retail therapy and buy souvenirs at the Island City Mall, the main shopping center on Bohol. Browse shops filled with handicrafts, woven baskets, wood carvings, organic cosmetics made with native ingredients, and decadent chocolate made from local cacao. Nothing completes a trip to the Philippines like going on a shopping spree. The Dao Public Market in Tagbilaran is the largest wet market on the island, filled with vendors selling everything from fresh seafood, tropical fruit, meat, and handicrafts to Boholano souvenirs. Don't be afraid to haggle for the best price. Was this glimpse into Bohol everything you hoped for and more? Ready to plan your own unforgettable Philippines adventure? Then be sure to subscribe to Travelog Trails and hit the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos from our travels.